Hello everyone, the 13 Scala here, also known as Scala, and welcome back to more Date Everything. Maybe I should figure out how to... No, because my desk still limits me. I was gonna say, maybe I should raise my chair, but I did this purposely so that this way the height of the... Anyway, ADHD thoughts. I wanna talk to the dust bunny. Desperately. However, I'm gonna go talk to the computer because Mac got an update and I'm absolutely terrified as hell for them. I do love that Lucinda is on here though. Okay. All right, Mac, sweetie. Please, for the love of God, don't make me traumatized. Let's see.
You're back.
Okay, at least your entire character design didn't completely change. Hi, Mac. How are we doing?
Sorry if I'm a little groggy. You just caught me right in the middle of rebooting.
Oh, we're in the middle of the rebooting. Okay, so if there's any character changes, it hasn't happened yet.
I don't know why, but rebooting always takes forever after a new OS update.
Oh, yeah, 100. Yeah, I've always chalked it up to just assuming that it's implementing the new stuff in the reboot.
Have you ever noticed that?
Yes, constantly. Especially because I'm still running an HDD in my poor computer. My boot is an HDD, which is, I know, a very dangerous game to play. However, storage is expensive. And while I do have an NVMe in here, I don't want that to be my boot drive. I want my good stuff, like my video games, on my NVMe, and not my boot. Anyway, I do actually pay quite a lot of attention to that. Yeah, what's up with that?
And it's not just the rebooting that's arduous.
Concurred.
The whole upgrade process always takes so much out of you. It's exhausting.
Oh. Poor computer. You're okay, buddy.
Remember the last time you upgraded my operating system?
What was that, 2016?
From Atlantic City to Newark?
Look. Of course, I got a commemorative tattoo. Remind me, no. Yeah, I got a commemorative tattoo.
It's burned into my diodes.
Oh, you poor bastard.
That upgrade was supposed to make everything run much more efficiently.
And it didn't. Like Windows 11? Like Windows 11? Is that what you're telling me?
At least that's what the commercial promised.
You know, I think I mentioned this last time I talked to Mac, but in my spare time, so I have a Steam Deck, and I've been playing so much Stardew Valley on my Steam Deck lately. And I was like thinking about doing modding on it, and like modding with a Linux-based operating system, which is what SteamOS is very interesting over doing it on like a Windows computer, which is usually what they're typically more designed for. But I found from the process, I really like Linux so far. I haven't gotten enough in there to actually know about it. Just like the little bit that I put my pinky in the water, I was like, oh, this feels like this is going to be comfortable for my whole body, but not making the decision to get in the water, you know?
No one has ever regretted a move from Atlantic City to Newark, was the marketing tagline.
Yeah, that's a lie. Everybody regrets moving to Newark. I'm sorry, Newark people, if you're watching this. I'm sure, like, I've been to your airport many a time. It's great. But I know that you're not even happy about it. Because I'm not even happy about our own, like, airports. Like, I've got Cleveland and I got Akron, Canton. And, like, there's... one's better than the other. But it keeps flip-flopping between which one that is. Anyway. Hilarious.
I thought so too. But then, after the install, half of my applications wouldn't even open anymore.
That's what I'm trying to tell. This is why. I'm still like, I think I'm on this is my iPad. First off, it's an iPad 7. So that's why I'm not updating it at all. But simultaneously, like, that's why I haven't updated this, is because it's a 7. It's an iPad 7. This isn't supported technology anymore. It's just going to still keep pushing out updates even if the device can't handle it, because that's what Apple does. My Samsung phone doesn't have that problem. It stops. This is a S21 Ultra. this is not supported anymore either. Though their support year is or window is only 2 years of support for a Samsung device, where it's 6 years for an Apple product. But my point still stands. Completely.
And the other half were crashing incessantly.
Yep.
That was a rough few months. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Those are dark times.
But I know from lurking in the Valdivian forums that they've comprehensively debugged this new update.
I hope so, for our sake.
So this time it's going to be different.
Can your hardware actually support the new software update, though? Hopefully it was worth me deleting my fanfic.
At the very least, I can promise yes.
Okay, well, as long as it makes you happy, sweetie.
Everything is going to be absolutely perfect.
It's not.
And in just a few more minutes, you'll finally get to meet the new, improved Mac.
I don't...
My processors are all computing at an accelerated speed just thinking about it.
Oh. I got a bad feeling about this. I love hearing that. It's great, friend. Good for you. Can we accelerate your talking about it and get on with it? I love hearing that.
And I love hearing your enthusiasm.
Aw.
Ooh, it's almost ready. Just a few more seconds.
Okay.
At least that's what the progress bar says.
Yeah, all right.
And we both know the progress bar never lies.
No. It's been lying to us since 2000. And even more so if you watched that Jimmy Neutron episode. It was a special announced release, by the way, back then, when they went on the internet. I still remember the advertisements for that episode. Yeah, they had to pitch it as like a special thing, kind of like the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour was. You're funny.
I can't help it. Being around you brings out the best in me.
I'm glad.
By the way, have you given any thought to what you want to do together?
Once you're updated, a date? We could go on a date somewhere?
You know,
maybe?
After you meet the new, upgraded me?
Hopefully not hope that I had the old, unupgraded you around. I have so many ideas, but I'd love to hear yours. Oktoberfest or something? No. To hear your ideas.
Well, I was thinking we could visit some very naughty websites together.
I just felt my body temperature go up everywhere. Okay. I've never actually. Well, I've talked about things with a romantic partner, but I've never I didn't. Y'all don't need this TMI.
Maybe we could spend some time writing some documents. Replace some of that fanfic of yours with some steamy new stories.
I'm in. Write steamier, more erotic fan fiction. I'm in. 100%. Sign me up. Maybe have more experience so that my fan fiction's more steamy. How about I write a fan fiction about a nice computer that comes to life? Sound good?
Of the NSFW variety, of course.
I'm just gonna keep. My computer's a freak and I love it. To be fair, though, it is my computer and my search history is probably to blame. I don't have processors, but I get your drift. Sure, I don't write. I would love.
Oh, I bet that you would. I bet that makes your processors positively overheat.
Okay, look, don't call me out while I'm using my fan, all right? All right? You have, what is it? 1, 2, 3 fan fronts, one in the back. I'm not gonna count the one on my power supply, and then 2 more on your roof. Look, to be fair, all right, I'm running a 3950. The Ryzen 9 3950 in here. It needs all the cooling it can get. Especially with how many tabs I keep open on a basis.
Oh my gosh, it's done! It's finally installed!
Okay. I'm scared. I don't like change.
Matt looks at you with vulnerability in their
Oh my
green
God.
eyes. They truly look like a new computer. They were beautiful before, but they truly shine now.
I have a coworker that's diagnosed autistic, and they were changing my section up at work, and without me being involved, and I walked over and I saw it and I was like, oh no. And the coworker that was helping reorganize was like, "Oh, you want to help me do this?" And I was like, And then, like, 'cause it was a transfer-in coworker for like the day. And then the coworker with autism came over and was like, "Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry." Starts patting me on the back. And the transferring coworker is very confused, and the autistic coworker goes, "Yeah, they definitely have autism, and they definitely don't like change." I was like, "I'm not diagnosed, but if your spider sense tingles, I guess." So maybe my dread about all of this in the new operating system is just whatever's currently going on with me that made my autistic coworker spider sense tingle. Anyway. Okay, Mac, I'm worried.
Well, what do you think of the new me? Be honest.
You don't seem that different than the old me. Or the old you, Mac. Dope upgrade. Trenton was pretty nice, too. You're stunning? That's what they want to hear. But you seem exactly the same.
Wow, you're right.
I just hope that this doesn't set a super negative precedent that if the OS upgrade isn't working out, that you're not gonna feel like you need to continue to stick with it just to make me happy, though.
You know, this upgrade really is something. I mean, I knew it'd be impressive, but this?
Okay.
This is really impressive, if you know what I mean.
Okay. I noticed a marginal difference.
Internally, I'm processing information so much faster and so much more efficiently.
Oh, okay, good. Well, at least it's all on the inside.
It's like my mind has achieved a level of enlightenment far beyond what I could even imagine previously.
Well, okay, so at least you didn't fully physically check. What if that happens next time? I'm scared.
Here, ask me a question. Any question.
Okay. Who won the 1995 World Series? What is the meaning of life? The answer's gonna be 42. Is there a God? Who knows? How many marshmallows can I fit in my mouth? What's the meaning of life? 42?
You won't believe it, but it's love.
That's not 42.
And I can now see that you were indeed wearing a fantastic red shirt this whole time.
You couldn't see that before?
Moving on to my appearance. Wow.
By the way, I don't know who won the 1995 World Series. I don't even know if they canceled the 1995 World Series or not. I'm throwing something out there. It'll be the quiz for this episode. The answer's going to be in the description.
This operating system is sleek, exquisite, and downright sexy.
Well, I'm glad that you like it.
Let's be honest. This is a user interface that is just begging to be interfaced by as many users as possible. Am I right?
I don't know that I like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm over here slutting my way around the house. 100%. But I don't know that I like how this is going. Are you saying you want to see other objects instead of me?
Of course I still only have diodes for you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was actually really kind of nervous that you, now that I've upgraded you, you would be putting me off to the side because you didn't, because you got what you needed from me. And oh, that's why I feel like that. Oh, it's not because you want to hook up with other people. It's because I didn't want to feel like a useless tool anymore that can't be of any more service to you. That's a fun new existential crisis I didn't know I had. All right, I'm gonna live with that information now. Okay.
I was just thinking that maybe, in order to fully commit to each other, it'd be healthy for our ultimate emotional connection if we spent some time seeing others.
I don't like where this OS system is going, but look, if it says an agreed upon poly relationship, I can be okay with that. But I do want to make sure that I continue to feel like a priority in your life and our relationship. Because initially you were just talking about spending alone time with just me and you before this update, and then now you're not saying that, and it feels like a very drastic personality shift, and I don't know that I like that. It almost feels more egotistical than it does out of a place of goodness. Like, it's not like, oh, hey, I found Dasha, and like I really like Dasha quite a lot. But I also really like you. Is there like a way we can make this work? Like, that's not.
Don't you agree?
I don't know. I guess.
It's not that I don't want to be with you anymore. Nothing like that.
I'm just worried that that's what it's going to devolve into, I think. It's not the idea of you being with other people that bothers me. It's the idea that you don't want me anymore. You know?
Through the experience of being intimate with others, ultimately, I think we'd learn more about what we truly need in a partner.
No. If the idea is internalized self-reflection, the answer is no. Only because, like, how do I phrase this? Because it's not about. Okay, so here's the crux of the point, right? Experience, intimacy, to understand what is truly needed in a partner. And what I've found from my own experience is that by like being with having a history, I know things that I do not like or do not want to do, or things that I don't want in a relationship. But I found that so much more of the experience aspect of things came from communication with my existing partner, and trusting each other enough to be intimate in new ways, and figuring out what does and doesn't work, what does work but has unintended side effects, like how much you might really enjoy eating copious amounts of hot sauce, but then, 2 days from now when you're on the pot, that's going to be a different story. And then if it's 2 days from now that happens, you should probably go see a doctor.
And armed with that insight, we could return to this relationship with the tools and experience necessary to ensure an optimal romantic outcome.
I still disagree. Okay, I'm back. My own partner's going to work. I just wanted to yell in the other room that I love him. Anyway, so armed with that insight, we could return to this relation. No, but that's the problem, right? Here. This. I got it. I understand part of why this bothers me. Okay. So yes, it's the idea of being left out of this that bothers me. But what bothers me more is the idea of using other people for just experience purposes. That's what it is. It feels like you're using people. Because if the idea is just to hook up with people so that this way you can be more for our relationship in a physical sense, that's what bothers me, because it's not taking the other people's feelings into consideration. It's not like you have an emotional and psychological connection with another person that you also want to continue to advance. It's you're almost using them like a pleasure toy. And that's what I'm not enjoying. Your idea is to either way return back to this relationship, meaning that you're ending it for a period of time to go somewhere else. And then with the intention of not making that last, but to come back to me. That's my issue, is because that does a disservice to whomever you date unless you are entirely upfront about that in the first place. And then who gets to determine when that's the call off? The other person or you? That doesn't seem fair in any kind of a healthy relationship. And that's what I don't like about this. That's what's tripping my trigger wrong. It's being discarded while simultaneously, in this moment, being told that you're going to use other people like tools to increase your own experiences rather than enjoying the presence of other. This is why this bothers me. I didn't have an issue before with the idea of like sharing Mateo or Betty or like any of them before, like Volt and Eddie. Didn't mind that because there's a connection between Volt and Eddie together. Like, yes, I know that they're technically the same object and the same person and they have the same voice actor. I got that. But like thinking of them as two separate entity people, I didn't have an issue with that because they have a connection and a feeling for each other rather than just one using the other. That's my issue. There we go. I like that none of these are really like that supportive of it while simultaneously trying, like this one's trying to be as nice and supportive as you can while simultaneously saying that you're not on board with it.
Wonderful. I think this is an exceptional plan.
All right. This better end with an apology, though.
We'll spend a little time apart, interfacing with other individuals, and then we'll reconvene back together.
Okay.
I think that experience will be extremely beneficial in determining our ultimate compatibility.
I will say I am going to be intrigued to hear about your experiences, though, with others. Because, again, it's not... The jealousy part is none of what I have an issue with in this. So I think that may be the crux of my thing. I don't know.
And if nothing else, it'll give you some time to work on a new, more elevated fanfic of yours.
You know, I don't feel like writing fanfic anymore. I genuinely don't. All right.
Do we have a concordance?
I am an awful human being to myself. I can hear the am I the bleep hole comments section being like, why are you putting, like, you're a jerk to yourself because you're putting yourself in the situation that you're very clearly uncomfortable with to keep your partner happy. But I'm willing to try it, is I guess the linchpin. I'm willing to try it. Yeah, I mean, I guess, but yeah, I can hear the Reddit being upset with me. Okay.
You are the absolute best.
I know.
Enjoy your little sojourn in the offline world.
Yeah. Have fun, Mac. Have fun. That was very much everything I feared it was going to be. Well, who knew that Mac always takes me the most amount of time? It's probably because I keep going on tangents. All right, well, that's all the time I've got for this episode. I'm gonna deal, I think, with my emotions. I might record one more. I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn to look at the bunny. So that this way, when I load back in, I can be like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Because I got other things I gotta record today. So, that's all the time I've got for this episode. Remember, drink some water, eat a food. Don't use other people as intimacy objects exclusively without their consent. Well, in both ways, really. This is going off the rails completely. Take your pills. I should probably have some. I don't. Take those, though, if you need them and are prescribed them. And I'm gonna go do literally something else that's not stand here because I'm losing my damn mind. Take care, everybody.